Professor Wiseguy here, ready to brave the realm of the kitchen and its many tools. In my kitchen, because my wife is an accomplished cook and baker, you'll find a wide array of tools and gadgets that have been acquired over the years. Many of these things I take out of the dishwasher and behold with great mystery, wondering what it is and where it lives. Some kitchen tools are exceptionally specialized. Do you have an avocado slicer? Well, we don't. Instead, we have a knife. How about a hot dog slicer? Again, we would use a knife. We do have an ice cream scoop that warms a little bit in your hand. It's nice, but we could just use a serving spoon. We appreciate the efficiency of a food processor, but a cheese grater will handle most of that work. Now, some tools in the kitchen are essential. You can't really cook without them. Some tools are kind of nice to have, especially if you use them frequently. Some tools are just flat silly. And that's how I view the knowledge of grammatical terms. We can correctly use many grammatical techniques without cluttering up the kitchen drawers of our minds with their names and other details. Let me give you an example. Viewer, do you know what the vocative is? Well, most of you don't, but you probably use it every day. When I said viewer in that last sentence, I was using the vocative. When I say, honey, what's this green thing? I'm using the vocative. The vocative is simply when you address somebody to whom you're speaking or writing. Maria, stir the soup, or Dan, I love your new hat. That sort of thing. So do you need to know that term vocative and understand what it means to use the vocative in your daily life? No. There is a lot of grammatical terminology, stuff that you might have been taught in school that you don't have to know to get by perfectly well as you use language going forward. Not convinced yet? Okay, let me ask you this. How many tenses are there in the English language? And you might be tempted to say that there are 3 tenses, past, present, and future. That's not the answer. In fact, there are 4 tenses just in the present. I cook, I am cooking, I have cooked, and I have been cooking. There are, depending on how you count them, 12 or 16 tenses in English. Some people would even say that there are 24 tenses. So how many are there? I don't really care. As a native speaker of English, I use all of those tenses at various times. I don't sit and think, I think I'll use the future perfect continuous tense when I want to say something. I just say it. And if you're not a native speaker of English, then you can probably use all of the tenses in your first language without being able to put a name to them. Spanish, by the way, has 18 tenses. Japanese only has 2, while Chinese doesn't exactly have tenses at all. Regardless, you don't need to know how many tenses there are or what they're all called. You don't need to be able to define gerund and antecedent, indirect object, or predicate nominative. You just need to be able to use them. Now, I don't need to know what this is called to be able to squash garlic in it, right? It's a garlic press, by the way. So what do you need to know if you're going to manage to use this language effectively? Well, as it turns out, I don't think you need to know all that much, but you do need to know it pretty thoroughly. The first thing you need to know in grammatical information is the parts of speech. Actually, the first thing you need to know is what the parts of speech represent. In any given sentence, each and every word will be serving in one of 8 roles. That same word in a different sentence, or even in the same sentence, could be playing a different role or representing a different part of speech. Clear on that? Well, if not, just stick with me. The 8 parts of speech are these: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So let's take a simple sentence. Anna enjoys cooking fresh fruits and vegetables. Well, each of those 7 words can be assigned to a part of speech. Anna, that's a noun. Enjoys, a verb. Cooking, another verb. Fresh, that's an adjective. Fruits is a noun and is a conjunction. Vegetables is yet another noun. And that's it. You'll notice that we didn't use all of the parts of speech in that sentence, and that some of them were used more than once. What exactly does each part of speech do? Well, let's hit that quickly. A noun, as you can probably recite, is a person, place, thing, or idea. It's a thing, even an intangible thing, that we can say things about. Pronouns are the words that we use in place of nouns, so that we don't have to keep repeating them. I, them, which, and she are among a wide range of pronouns. A verb, we've been taught, is an action word, but it is not the activity. Activities are things. Sometimes this can be tough to see. Adjectives are words that modify, describe, or make more specific some noun. Adverbs modify, describe, or make more specific a verb. Also, adjectives and adverbs can modify each other. Weird, eh? Prepositions express the relationship between 2 nouns, or between a verb and a noun. For example, the eggs were on the skillet would change if they were instead under or over or near the skillet. A conjunction joins words or groups of words or entire sentences. They are words like and, but, and yet. Interjections. Dang, what are interjections? Actually, that's what an interjection is. If you stub your toe, you'll probably pop out an interjection or 2. They really don't mean a great deal, but that doesn't keep us from using them. Are you a bona fide expert on the parts of speech now? Probably not. That's why I'm planning an entire video on that exciting topic. Hopefully I'll remember to link it here. So what else do we need to know about grammar terms once we've got the parts of speech learned? What do you build with those parts of speech? Well, you build sentences. It's important to understand what a sentence is. And to understand what a sentence is, you'll need to understand subjects and predicates. A subject is the main noun of the sentence and all the things that modify it. A predicate is the main verb of the sentence and all the things that modify it. Now let's go back to Anna. Anna enjoys cooking fresh fruits and vegetables. In that sentence, the subject is really simple. It's just Anna. The main verb is enjoys, or enjoys cooking. And everything else in the sentence tells us what is enjoyed. But what if we add a little bit? Anna, the owner of a trendy new vegetarian restaurant, enjoys cooking fresh fruits and vegetables. You can probably guess that since the owner of a trendy new vegetarian restaurant tells us more about Anna, that's part of the subject. The predicate remained the same. We should probably also understand that a phrase is a group of words that includes either a subject or a predicate, but not both. And we should probably know that a clause is a group of words that has both a subject and a predicate. Finally, it would be useful to know that clauses can be either independent or dependent. Anna enjoys cooking fresh fruits and vegetables. That's independent. It has a subject and a predicate, and it doesn't need anything else. On the other hand, while Anna enjoys cooking fresh fruits and vegetables, even though this is a clause, that while makes it dependent. It needs something else. Maybe, while Anna enjoys cooking fresh fruits and vegetables, I don't. Now we have a complete sentence with 2 clauses. If you thoroughly understand that terminology, the 8 parts of speech, subject, predicate, phrase, clause, independent, and dependent, you can talk intelligently about all sorts of language issues. You can also examine and better understand various things in your own or someone else's writing. Are all of those other grammar terms a complete waste of time? Well, not exactly. After all, you might always get a grammar question on Jeopardy or something like that. But seriously, it's never bad to learn more about any subject. But you can probably spend a lifetime effectively using language and never learn the difference between restrictive and non-restrictive modifiers. If you think I left some essential piece of grammar lore out, make sure to mention it in the comments down below. And now, though, I have to say, get out of here.